Hey friends, how's it going? I'm at my favorite motorcycle toy store, RideNow Powersports here in Austin, Texas. Today we have a special guest visiting in the parking lot. Let me just zoom around here. Oh yeah, there he is. BMW demo days. Unfortunately, the weather's kind of crappy, but as long as it doesn't rain, we're good to go. I just signed up to ride my first bike. It's going to be the M1000 XR, the new one. That's pretty cool. So hopefully my GoPro cooperates and we'll be able to capture my ride and my thoughts about the bike. And that's it. Let's go take a look at the truck over there. They already had a group go out. I just got here. My group goes out in about 15-20 minutes. And I'll be on my way. Alright, so we got the first one here. These are bikes that no one took out this time around here. So we got the R18, a couple different ones. This is the Transcontinental, I believe. This might be the Roctane or something like that. And then we got some K1600s, GT, a Bagger. Wow, nobody wanted to take out the K1600s. And this one is another Bagger. It's got an interesting outer space kind of paint scheme on there. Look at some like supernova or something. So that's that. Let's see what else is. And then there's a little, what's this one? Hello, how you doing? Oh, this is an XR. So right now opens at 10 a.m. but these rides started at 9. So the RideNow crew is just putting out the tables and putting out all their used bikes and getting the store set up. Yeah, I really hope my GoPro cooperates this time. I have a GoPro 9 and I think it was a Harley demo I did, and all the bikes I rode, the camera kept shutting off. I don't know why. Within like a few seconds of me taking off, it would just shut off. So hopefully that's not the case. Resetting all the bikes, and I am going to ride. Where's my bike? This one right here. Look at that. That's pretty nice. I think that's got 205 horsepower. It's a pretty cool bike. Looking forward to it. I got the M1000 XR. M1000 XR. There we go. What a comfortable bike. Got get up and go, my friends. Okay, so this tank is amazing. This is so much different than my RS. This tank is like molded into my crotch and my legs. It feels so nice and comfortable. I'm sitting much more upright than my bike, than my RS. Handlebars are, of course, this kind of T-bar. I don't know technically what it's called, but it's a much more upright position. Quick shifter is amazing. Right now the only thing I'm not so excited about is the buffeting. I'm getting hit like in the chin and part of chest and face a little bit. So far I haven't really run into any traffic. Downshifting, quick shifter, front brakes, super grabby, super strong. Nice tight turn there. Wee-hoo! Just left the other guys quite a ways behind us there. Ride your own ride, people, right? All right, this is the second time I've been on this bike, so I'm kind of comfortable with it now. It's taller than my bike, for sure. Got a lot more horsepower than my bike. My bike's got 136. This one has 205. So it's a crazy bike. But I really like this position. This riding position is very nice. Yeah, when you use the quick shifter on this, it just lurches forward. Like it just lurches forward like it wants to go. It wants you just to pin the throttle and go. It's crazy. When you start off the line though, it doesn't have the torque like my bike, so it's not like a tractor like it pull on you. It just kind of gently winds itself up to a crazy frenzy. Yeah, this is nice. This is perfect for someone that's get my lid open here. Someone that wants a bike that they can actually tour on, because you can't get bags for this. It's like I always say, this bike is the result of a S1000 RR and a GS having a baby. So you got like a higher seating position like the GS, so you're kind of sitting up tall, sitting more upright, legs are tucked in, very comfortable. You're not at a 90-degree angle with your knee. You are tucked back a little bit more like a sporty position, but it's super comfortable. And because of these bars, they're not clip-ons, you're not leaning forward. I'm just kind of reaching out and meeting the bars right in front of me here. Super comfortable. I think a lot of people get let me put this down. Actually, I didn't know it was up. A lot of times on my bike, the windscreen up is worse, the buffeting. So let's try now with this down. But I think a lot of people get bigger screens for this one. You can't get aftermarket screens that will protect you a little bit better. This bike has traction control, dynamic traction control adjustments here on my thumb. Riding modes, has rain, road, dynamic. Got heated grips, cruise control. All kinds of bells and whistles. Either side of the TFT, carbon fiber, and other carbon fiber body parts like the winglets on the side here. I believe the back tire is a 190, so it's bigger than mine. My back tire is a 180, but given the extra horsepower this bike has, you need a little bit fatter tire to lay down that horsepower on the road. It also has an outlet up here in the front that you could plug USB and stuff into. Okay, now the wind is hitting me right in the chest. I'm not getting hit in the helmet or the face anymore. So this is, for me, this is more comfortable and probably sounds a little better on the microphone. Yeah, these front brakes are wonderful, super strong. ABS. And I'm probably going to say it a million times, but again, these inline 4 BMWs, the quick shifter, first gear to 6, 6 to first, just amazing. This has an Akrapovic pipe on it. Comes with that. I don't know if you can hear the bike. It's quite tame, so it's still got the huge cat on there, and that's something that would have to go if you got this bike. You just get kind of straight pipes with a nice slip-on that has a little bit of baffle, or if you want to be really loud, obnoxious, no baffle, and they could be full sport bike. But this racing screen is cool. It has the lean angles. So far, I don't know what these equate to for today. I guess all the different riders. 19 degrees on the left, 25 on the right. Got your temperature tire pressure is not on this menu. You have to change menus to see your tire pressure though. There's even some carbon fiber here around the power switch. But this seat and this the tank, it just fits you like a glove. Yeah, I feel like I'm not even tapping into a tiny percentage of the power of this bike. On a few of the straightaways here I can feel it a little bit, but there's just not the room or the time to do that. I feel very planted on this bike in terms of, you know, cornering and going around these like gentle curves. It's a confidence building immediately. The back of my seat actually cups me in, so when I get on the throttle a little bit, my tailbone hits the back of that seat there, and it just feels really comfortable and like makes me feel like I'm not going to fall off the bike or anything like that. I'm just kind of locked in. That's nice. Yeah, so one of my riding buddies, Robert's got the XR, and yeah, he loves it. He doesn't get nearly as beat up as I do on my RS when we go on like 3-hour trips or something like that. Okay, I don't know what happened there. I just gave the bike gas and it just kind of like felt like it was going to die. And then it all of a sudden clicked in. I think I didn't push down. I wasn't hard enough on the downshift there. And it kind of got caught in between two gears for a second. My fault, probably. And the mirrors I like, and bar mirrors like this. I've got good view. I don't feel much in the way of vibration. There's a little bit. It's not like the K1600 that is like super smooth. It is smooth, but not exactly as smooth as that. The bike feels anxious, like it wants to leave everybody behind. And I feel that way too. I feel anxious. I feel like I want to just rip. Yeah, I have no pressure at all on my wrist or my elbows or my shoulders. And I do have a little bit of pressure on my shoulders, wrists, and elbows on my RS, because you are leaned over a little bit more. Yeah, this just turns like just so nice. I would say this would be like the ultimate sport touring motorcycle. This, you can put the bags on it and you've got this amazing engine. I don't think there's a sport tourer on the market that could come close to this. I'm not sure if BMW actually has bags for this, for the M version. I know for the normal, the S1000 XR they do. And maybe for the M they don't. I don't know. I'd have to double check that. But you can always get aftermarket bags and sling them over the back, I'm sure. I think this is about $30,000, I think, this bike. It's got a little cubby hole here too. That's where the key is. Don't want to lose that. Yeah, I really like the color scheme on this too. It's a good looking bike. Yeah, mine is, my RS is a 2020, so it doesn't have this in the TFT. It doesn't have, I have the TFT, but I don't have this sport screen on my bike. I think in 2022 maybe they came out with that. This is the end of our trip here, folks. So that was fun. I'm so glad I got to ride this again. That was great. That's certainly a tall bike for me to swing my leg over. But this is the part here I was telling you about. This part, my butt went right up against this and feels really good. The seat's comfortable. And then your legs are just tucked right in here. It just feels like you've put yourself into the bike. You're like become part of the bike. This connection part with your legs on my bike's not as pronounced. But awesome bike. Got the big 190 back tire, chain drive, amazing engine. Got these kind of winglets over here. Carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber. I'm surprised that there's not some carbon fiber accents over here. But yeah, those have the BMW M brakes. Those are super grippy. And then it comes with the M brake shift, foot peg, gear shifter, foot peg. Well, there it is. Hope it's in frame. Alright, let me get my helmet and my gear off. Okay. We're on the beast. It vibrates. Okay, this is the R18B. This does not have a quick shifter. Got it in rock mode. Yeah, it thumps back and forth. I don't know if you see my hands here. So when I rev it, watch the tack here. It pulls to the left really hard. I can already see that the shifter, this is a heel shifter, but the shifter is very small in the front because I don't plan on using the heel shifter because I'm not used to it. So I'm just going through the motions right now, just trying to muscle memory it so I know where it is. So the shifter is tucked under this cylinder head here. It's pretty hard to find. If I was to buy this, I would buy an extension to have that shifter come out further and a little higher too, because my boot could just barely fit under it. And I'd get rid of the heel shifter. Okay, I'm just playing with the shifter, just tell my foot to get used to where it is. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Seat very comfortable. I'm getting quite a bit of head buffeting though. You can probably hear this windscreen here. I would definitely have to get a bigger one, taller, to cut that wind out because it's hitting me right in the head. In this rock mode, it has some pull for sure. It is a boxer engine. They typically have a lot more torque. Seat's very comfortable. Arm position, I'm 5'8". I fit on this very nicely. Wow. Yeah, when you rev this thing, it really pulls the front tire, pulls the whole bike over. I can flat foot this, no problem. Let me get my windscreen up and my visor up. Yeah, I told the guy next to me here that that K1600B is like a Star Wars speeder bike. It's so smooth. All right. So my arm position's pretty good. Again, I'm a shorter rider. I can flat foot this, no problem. Seat's very comfortable. I've only been on it 5 minutes, but I could already feel that I could probably ride this for quite a while. It is a cruiser. But when I was getting on it, yeah, the floorboards did vibrate quite a bit. I felt like I was getting a foot massage. It is a heavy bike, but not too bad. Once you're rolling, it feels pretty good. Of course, this is not a sport bike, so it's a little harder to keep up with these guys. Having to use the clutch to shift. There's no quick shifter. But this comes with a radio, of course. The Marshall speakers over here. See, as the radio is off. I have no use for that. I listen to music in my helmet usually, so I don't need that. Here you've got the gas tank here and a phone holder. This I think only holds smaller phones, not the plus size versions of phones won't fit in there, unfortunately. Perhaps they'll rectify that in the future. So this clutch is not too bad. It's a little stiff. See that little power gauge moves when you hit the throttle. Well, it takes bumps pretty good. I just kind of launched off of that thing. I've positioned myself at the back of the pack here, so I don't have to worry about anybody behind me now. Yeah, this has a nice sound to it, and I don't know, I think these pipes are stock. When you get on it, it sounds pretty good. But it feels pretty comfortable and you know, fairly nimble. It's you know, these big huge 1800cc cylinder heads here are way down low, so the center of gravity is pretty low, which helps. And also, again, that boxer engine, the cylinders being out in the wind, you don't really feel any heat. Okay, let's go. I will say though that the handlebars and the floorboards are vibrating quite a bit, and now even the seat. Wow, that vibrates a lot. Yeah, now my foot has the kind of muscle memory of where that shifter is, so I'm doing much better now. It's a little hard in the beginning, just trying to figure out where that thing is. Yeah, this thing gets up and goes, man, for a big bike. And the seat's nice, it's comfortable, and it has a little, like a lip on the back. It tucks your butt in so that you don't, you know, when you lay into the torque, your butt pushes back into that seat, and it's quite comfortable. It gives you confidence that you're not going to go flying off the back of the bike. It tucks you in quite nicely. And it is comfortable. I like it. I don't think I'd have to change the seat on this. So far I would just get an extender just to make that shifter stick out a little farther so it's easier to get at, and a taller windscreen, and then probably tune and a set of pipes just to make it a little bit more obnoxious, I guess. And then the vibration, I don't know if there's anything you can really do about that. I remember riding one of these last year, and I don't remember it vibrating this much, so I don't know if there's some adjustments or some better bar weights you can put on it to negate that vibration. Not sure. The brakes are pretty good. I mean, it is a heavy bike. They could be a little bit stronger. I'm not sure what they have on them. I think you can hear that. That sounds pretty good. It's another reason I wanted to go in the back. I don't have to worry about people bunching up behind me when I do this. It seems the floorboards vibration gets worse when you like kind of rev the gears out and let the engine brake kind of take over and slow you down. That's where the bars and the floorboards shimmy a lot. It's cool, huh?
This thing is awesome.
Yeah. That K1600 screen's pretty good, if I remember correctly. It actually does do something. I find that most windscreens they either don't do anything or they make it worse. I'm thinking this bike for some reason has some pipes on it, some not stock. I'm not sure. The Bagger I rode last time did not sound this grumbly. Yeah, this definitely has a little bit of a bark to it, which is nice. I like having the floorboards that you can move your feet around. That's pretty cool. But the vibration is pretty rough. See, there's the engine brake. And the handlebars and the floorboards start dancing. So now I'm used to my RS, so my clutch is very light, and I also use the quick shifter a lot, so I'm not used to, clutch, 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 clutch. And this is a little bit, not terrible, but your hand definitely gets a workout. You know you're riding a motorcycle. But yeah, I gotta say this, the ergonomics is good. I mean, it's very comfortable. I don't think I would have to change the bars, or they seem to fit me quite nice. The seat, foot placement, feet are at a 90 degree, or at my knees pretty much at a 90 degree. So here we come to a close. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Oh, there's a motorcycle behind me now. This was a nice ride on this big sofa. We're going to take a shortcut here. I think the only complaint I have is just the vibration. Like right now, it's not vibrating. It's smooth. It's just when you're in the higher RPMs and you just the higher RPMs when you do the engine brake. Excuse me, I was searching for words. Okay, power off. Okay, just some added commentary on this bike. It was fun, but down here you can see the shifter. Let's see if I can get that. Okay, so the distance between here and here is very small. It's about that much. So if you have a big boot with a big steel toe boot or something, you're probably not going to be able to get it under there. And then this shifter here, you can see it's kind of tucked underneath the cylinder head here, and you can't see it from the seat. So I would get an extension to bring it out further, and then change this to tick it up just one notch, just to give you a little bit more room here, clearance. And I would get rid of the heel shifter. I just don't use those. This is the reverse gear. Didn't have to use that, but you can put this to R here in this bike. That's a nice feature because it's a heavy bike. But that's what I would change. And then the floorboards, maybe you can get some kind of floating aftermarket floorboard that had a little bit more give or shock in it to kind of mitigate that vibration. But and these pipes, I don't know if they're stock or I think they're stock. I'm not sure, but they sounded pretty good. But definitely a tune. New pipes maybe if you want it to be a little louder. And then something that would help mitigate any vibration, taller windscreen, and you'd be good to go. For me, bars and seat, that seat right there tucked me in nice. I didn't feel like I was gonna fall off the back or anything. But overall, it's pretty fun. Let's go see if I can get on another bike. Okay, folks, I'm getting on the RT. Put this puppy on. Alright, so this has got this nice big TFT screen. This has got the same engine as my R1250 RS. It's just a taller bike. I'm on my tippy toes. It's a heavier bike. Got a lot more wind protection. Let's see what we're in dynamic. Up here I'm changing the modes. So we're in dynamic mode. This is the screen. I'm going to keep the screen down. This has a lot of bells and whistles. It's got the active cruise control. This is the distance button here, I believe. The radio is off. So this is a more upright seating position than my RS. Oops, gotta put the kickstand up, Jeff. Alright, here we go. So this RT is what is used by most police departments. Here we go. Okay. There's that Boxer quick shifter. Quite clunky. See, it kind of jerks the bike forward. Alright, these side mirrors. A little bit need to get used to those. You gotta kind of look down. Let me put this windscreen up and see what happens. Oh yeah, that cut. Now I'm looking through the windscreen, but that cut the buffeting out big time. So I feel like I'm on my RS, but just sitting up a lot higher. It's a very nimble bike. The brakes are amazing on these. The TFT is really nice. Yeah, I don't like looking through that windscreen so much, even though it does help with the buffeting. And so again, this is the same engine as my RT, or RS I should say, so it's nice and peppy, a lot of torque. I believe the rake on this bike is, or the wheelbase is smaller than the RS, so this is and should be a little bit more nimble at slow speed, and I think that's one of the reasons why the police departments like these bikes so much, because they are quite nimble and have a lot of torque, a lot of get up and go. Yeah, so these side mirrors, I'd have to get used to them, just looking down like that. But there's quite a good view. But this TFT is amazing. It's I believe this is a 10.25 inch. Real crystal clear. Got some storage up front here. Got some pre-programmed buttons down here. You can program those things to do different things for you. Got the adapter here. This is a DIN. Riding this is kind of second nature to me. It's definitely more comfortable than the RS, I gotta say. But the engine, the feel is exactly like my RS. Dips into the corners very nicely, just like my bike. I think the windscreen is in a good spot right now. I don't really have any head buffeting, and I can see over the top, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's nice having this extra wind protection, but in the summer heat, I think you'd want a little bit more wind flow. Yeah, this is very comfortable. The bar position, seating position, foot. Yeah, this would be an excellent tour bike. Really nice in the corners here, and the sweepers. Yeah, full confidence in this bike in these corners. This is heavier than my bike. I have to check the weight though. I'm not sure how much more heavy it is, but you don't feel it at all when you're on the move. And this has the, saddlebags on it, of course, which is nice. The cylinder head guards, there's these kind of, it's part of the fairing. It's on the back part of the cylinder heads. It sticks out, or kind of sticks backwards a bit. And I keep hitting my shin on it once in a while because I'm not used to that. Yeah, this engine has, I believe, 136 foot-pounds of torque and 136 horsepower, excuse me, 105 foot-pounds of torque. So with those numbers, 136 and 105, this bike can move. The torque alone is the fun part, pulling you off the line very quickly, pulls like a tractor, as everyone says. And this shift cam technology, I believe this engine has it as well, is just so nice. You don't even notice it's happened, and it's shifted the cam on you so that you've got power on tap pretty much regardless of where you are in the throttle. The quick shifter shifting down is pretty smooth if you hit the RPMs right. It's not that clunky. It's the clunky part, like first to second, second to third. Yeah, see, I hit my shin again on that bump out there. I'll show you where it is when we get off the bike. But this is such an awesome bike. Again, this is why the police use these. It's fast, nimble, good wind protection. TFT screen is amazing. So you got to get this bike up to, if you're going from first to second with the quick shifter, you got to get this bike up into the 7,000 RPM range to kind of negate that clunky feeling. And if you try going first to second and you've got 4,000 or 5,000 revs, it's not enough. I know this is a short ride, but I don't feel any part of my body that's uncomfortable. There's no vibration really. The knee is pretty much, it's a little bit tucked back past 90 degrees, but not uncomfortable. The seat's very comfortable, squishy. But again, I think this seat is similar to my stock seat that eventually would make my butt go numb. So I ended up getting a custom Sergeant seat. But for this purposes of what we're doing now, it's very cush and comfy. No problem at all. Then you got your tire pressure monitor up here, which is nice. These BMWs come loaded with all kinds of technology. Yeah, they're expensive bikes, but in my opinion, I think they are really worth it. There are some other bikes, I won't mention names, but they are very expensive, and you don't get nearly as much technology. See that downshift, clutchless downshift into second and into first, quite smooth. And this also has locking mechanism, so you hit this button and you can lock up your bike, your bags and everything, which is cool. I've got really nothing bad to say about this bike. It's comfortable, it's nimble, it's fast, it's got storage, it looks pretty good. I know a lot of people don't like the front end. They think it's kind of bulbous and big, which is true. I guess it's subjective, but you kind of need that for all that wind protection. and with the bags on the back, it kind of helps balance out that kind of big front end, I guess, because the bags are pretty big too. I don't sense any real big vibrations anywhere. And you know, if I bought this bike, I don't know if I'd actually have to do really anything to it other than cosmetic, you know, to customize it, I guess. But the seat I'd probably have to change at some point, because I'm assuming this seat would eventually make my butt numb like my stock RS seat did. Suspension's great, handlebar location is good, wind protection is great, great at slow speeds, great at high speed. So this is like a touring bike that you could take out, and you know, you take it out into the twisties and have some fun with it. Once you're past third gear, you know, if you're using the quick shifter to go third gear to fourth gear, fifth gear, stuff like that, it's pretty smooth if you hit it at the right RPMs. But regardless of how you do it, it's not nearly as smooth as the you know, the inline fours, the K1600, or that's an inline six. But like the XR that I was on earlier today, that was super smooth. So again, our ride is coming to an end here. Very nice bike. I think if you want a bike that's not going to kill your back, that's going to be a touring bike and also very sporty and nimble, this is your bike. So this is what I was talking about, this thing right here. So when I would put my foot down or pick it up, put my foot back up on the peg, I'd hit my shin right here, just like graze it, boom. So see, my bike doesn't have this. My bike just has this cylinder, so I've got all this open on my bike. So I think it's just my leg muscle memory is hitting this. It's something, could get over that very quickly if you own this bike. It's also got heated seats. Very nice. Again, this is the R1250 RT. All right, guys, here's my next ride. Check it out. Nice. So I'm gonna take this for a ride now and give you some feedback. All right, here we go. Getting ready on this. Okay. I test rode the S1 or the M1000 RR or S1000 RR, I can't remember, last year, and it was a lot of weight on my wrist when I were at a standstill. But when you come to a stop, you just stand up, put your hands on the tank. It's not bad. And when you're riding, it wasn't bad at all. This one's a little bit more upright with the cross kind of T-bars here. And the other thing that's different too, on the RR, the TFT is tucked like closer to you, and it's harder to see. I think on this one it's kind of stuck out in front of you there. Okay, as expected, super smooth quick shifter. Oh, we just dusted everyone behind us. Yeah, riding this is very comfortable once you're moving. I don't really feel much in the way of pressure on my wrists at all. All my weight is kind of in my butt and my thighs. Yeah, this thing is nice and fast. It's a naked bike, so I'm getting full frontal wind here, all on my chest. But at least it's pretty clean air. I'm not getting any head buffeting or anything like that. This quick shifter is just so nice. Brakes are really grabby too. Legs fit really nice on the tank. I could definitely ride this for a while. I wouldn't want to ride this for hours on end though. But it is more upright and more comfortable than the RR. Tips in really nice. I like how when you shift, it kind of, the bike
it lurches forward a little bit, like it just wants to go. You know, it's looking for those high RPMs. This thing redlines at 14,000. Mirrors are pretty good, similar to the XR. They're up on the end of the handlebars. But if I remember correctly, the TFT for the R, I'm just looking at the guys now. No, I guess it's in the same spot approximately. No, it isn't. It is a little bit different, because I remember riding that and I couldn't see the TFT unless I looked straight down. This one I can just kind of glance down and it's out there in front of me. So I got the tire pressure up here on top. Where's that guy going? He's just gonna take off from the group. Oh, he's gonna get yelled at. Oh, I was in road mode. What am I doing? Dynamic. There we go. That whole time I was in road mode. Oh, there we go. Full access to the horsies. You know, the riding position on this is really good. I think I'd probably, if I could have two bikes, one that's more of a touring bike and one that's for my kind of around the area fast fun bike, I think I'd get this over the R, just because the R is so much more leaned over. And this one is but not nearly as, and this looks nice too. I really like the look of this bike, especially this M bike. So you see, you got 80 degrees, got our tire pressure up here, dynamic mode, got your gear time. But the brakes on all these, especially these M package bikes, they are really grabby, very, very strong. So the leader here, he's on an RT. Then you got the R over here, the R next to me. And what do we got behind me? XR. As he's sitting on the light like this, all my weight is just transferred into my wrists. This bike has the winglets on it. So again, we're on the M1000R naked bike. Got all the carbon fiber up here. Got cruise control, modes, heated grips, dynamic traction control. You can turn it up or down right here on this button. Menu, I'm not going to mess with that because that goes into all the menu settings, and you can set all kinds of things, including turn on a sport menu, so you have a sport dial with your lean angles and everything. Even first to second on this quick shifter is just so smooth. It's amazing. Suspension on this is a little bit stiff, but not bad. I mean, it should be. It's a sport bike, but it's not bad. I've hit some bumps and it didn't destroy my back or transfer into my back, cause any discomfort. Okay, we gotta pull over and wait for the other guys. So thankfully it didn't rain. It's just very humid and a lot of moisture up there in the sky. It sounds like tomorrow it's gonna drop down on us, so. Okay. Well, I gotta say, this is fun. I enjoy this. This would be a fun bike to own. So on this one now, I'm starting to feel a little bit of heat coming up from the inline 4. Not a whole bunch, but a little bit. So I can imagine in the Texas summer, this would be a little bit uncomfortable, as most sport bikes are. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of our journey here. My left thigh is feeling a little heat. All right, we're here with another friend, Tom. Tom, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'll make you change your hands with your helmet.
Helmet in the wrong hand.
So Tom is here testing bikes today at the demo, and he just got off the R1300 GS, which is right there. So how'd you like the ride?
It was a lot smoother than expected. Long clutch. The adjustable suspension was very, once you got going, it was very soft. I'm sure once you change settings, it'll probably change up.
So did it like when you came to stops and stuff, it went down a little bit?
You could feel it adjust, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Very nice.
The shifting without a clutch was a little jumpy, but...
A little clunky.
Yeah. Clunky's a good word.
Yeah, it's the boxer clunk.
So I started just hand shifting after that, and it was really smooth. The response time on it, of course, I didn't play with the modes too much. The mode that it was in was road, and it was very smooth. It didn't try and wheelie up on me, didn't try and take off. So it did really well.
Yeah, I think, and does that have a dynamic setting? Or
I think it does. I didn't get, like I said, I didn't get through all the modes, so.
Well, on a test ride, you probably wouldn't be able to use it anyway, so. So how'd the seat, everything?
Seat was comfortable. The heated seat was nice. I did turn that on.
Oh, really?
yeah, just to see how well it worked.
Okay, cool. And did you play with the windscreen?
Yes, I did.
Did that make a difference you felt with the buffeting?
Believe it or not, it did.
With the screen all the way down, did you feel any buffeting or no?
I felt the wind on the helmet a lot more. Once I put it up, I didn't feel the pressure on the helmet anymore.
Oh, okay. That's
so
cool.
It totally removed the wind on that.
And how about the response of the bike taking off, like torque and stuff like that? Was it?
That was
good.
It's actually really torquey. I was somewhat a little worried about it trying to wheelie up a little bit, but it would adjust for it automatically. So it did pretty good. It is torquey though.
Yeah. So did it meet your expectations, or was it better or worse than you thought?
I think it met expectations. I wouldn't say it was better than, but it definitely met everything I was looking for.
And is this a bike you'd consider buying?
It is a bike I'm considering buying for long trips and for possible riding around Austin a little bit.
Yeah. Would you go off road with it?
I did try standing up on it a little bit.
Oh, did you?
I think gravel roads I would be okay with it. It's a pretty light and nimble that way. I don't know about heavy off-road, but definitely gravel roads and little light off-roading, I would probably do that with it.
Yeah, and then we talked about, another person talked about it too yesterday when I was doing some riding at the demo here, talked about heat coming off the side of the engine there.
You feel the heat on your legs from the motor.
And it wasn't coming from the actual cylinder head. It's coming from behind the cylinder head, right?
There's a little vent there. So I don't know if it's like off the engine and it comes out those little vents. So yeah, there was some heat there.
Was it like uncomfortable?
It wasn't unbearable.
No.
It actually was kind of nice because
it
it is a cooler day today.
It is a little
so
cool.
It kept the legs warm. On a hot day,
maybe 105-degree Texas day.
It might be a little different.
That's interesting. And how did it sound? I mean, it's got stock, it's got the cat on it still and all that. It's got a got an Akrapovic pipe on it, but did it sound nice when you got on it, or?
Yeah, it had a good smooth sound to it. People definitely, there was only one time I actually had to rev it and to make someone notice, and they did look over and go, oh, there's a bike there.
Oh, okay. Well, very good. Well, thanks for stopping by and talking to us about your experience on the bike.
Thank you.
That's very cool. I wanted to ride it yesterday, but it was booked all day long, so I never got a chance to check it out. I really wanted to check out that quick shifter, if it had smoothed out at all. But according to you and some other people I talked to, it's probably better than the older one, but still boxer clunky a little bit.
Yep.
Anyways, well, are you gonna do any more bikes? Or are you heading home, or?
I think I'm gonna try the XR if it's available. If not, I'll probably then head home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the XR is fun. That's a comfortable bike. I think it's a similar seating position.
Yes.
Just with an inline 4.
Yep.
All right, Tom. Take care. Thanks.
Thank you.
So I think that's it. I think they're closing up shop here.
But I appreciate it. My mom's been in the shop for a month.
Hey guys, all right, well that wraps up all my test rides today. Amazing bikes. I got in 4 really good test rides. That's it. Thanks for joining me. Thumbs up, subscribe, all the good stuff. Thank you so much. It helps the channel a lot. Appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Later.